friends. In the last lecture of signals and system, we have seen the unit 1 there. So mainly the last point we focused there, it is systems. Now we'll see today your unit number 2, that is time domain analysis of CT and DT system. So let's start this session. So in this chapter mainly we are going to see what is LTI system, then we are going to see what is the properties of LTI system, then one important concept we are going to see here, that is convolution, then properties of convolution, and we are going to solve some of the problems based on this time domain analysis of CT and DT system. So mainly we are focusing here in this chapter linear time invariant system, that is LTI system. So let's start this session. The linear time invariant system, that is LTI system, it is a system that satisfying both the linearity and time invariance property of a system. So if the system is following the principle of linearity and time invariance, then it is called as linear time invariant system. And we know that what is linearity of a system. A system that is said to be linear if it satisfies the principle of superposition, means consider a system. For that system, if you are going to apply the input, then you are going to get the output. Now you apply two different inputs and observe the output separately. Now combine these two different inputs, apply it to the system and observe the output. If you are going to get the same output, then the system is said to be linear, means it is following the principle of superposition. Now as far as time invariant property is considered, then a system is said to be time invariant if a time delay or time advance in the input causes similar time delay or similar time advance in the output signal. Means time delay in the input produces same time delay in the output, means it is time invariant system. So the system that satisfies this linearity and time invariance principle, it is called as LTI system. So these LTI systems are very easy to analyze, very easy to design, and very easy to characterize the equations here. These LTI systems are highly useful in signal processing algorithms. So all the signal processing algorithms that have been developed till now, that are using the LTI systems. So any linear time invariant system, that is LTI system, it is dependent. If your input is continuous signal, then it is continuous time, or if the input is discrete time, then it is discrete time system. So CT-LTI or DT-LTI system can be uniquely characterized by its impulse response. So considering this fact that it is obeying the principle of superposition and time invariance, so this LTI system will allow us to develop a complete characterization of this given system in terms of its response, and that response is a unit impulse response. So the relation between input and impulse response that results in an output is called as convolution. This is the most important concept, convolution. So convolution is given in between two signals. So you can see this equation here. Y of n is the output. So this output is given by x of n convolved with h of n, means input, its convolution with impulse response gives the output. Similarly, you can observe here y of t, it is equal to xt convolved with ht, where h of t is the impulse response, x of t is the input, and y of t is the output. So this convolution term can be used if your system is a discrete time system, then this convolution is called as convolution sum, and if your system is a continuous time system, then this convolution here it is considered as convolution integral. So convolution sum and convolution integral, both we are going to see here. So you can consider this LTI system here. So to this system, input is applied. So this input is either x of t or x of n, and we are going to get the output as y of t or y of n. So this is the in general representation of LTI system. Now we'll consider continuous time LTI system. Here CT signals are used, means continuous time signals are used. So a continuous time signal xt can be viewed as a linear combination of continuous set of impulses. So you can consider this diagram here. So the any signal x of t can be achieved by considering the chopped signal of this x of t in sections likewise as shown here. So each section or each cut is having the width delta. We can observe here this width, and taking the sum of all these integrations as this delta is tending to 0, means as this width becomes 0, so likewise you can represent any x of t signal, any continuous signal, into the chopped signal of x of t. Then you can write this x of t signal considering the unit step system as x of t equal to integration from minus infinity to plus infinity x of tau delta t minus tau d tau, where tau is the dummy variable which is replacing this t. So it's a small dummy variable. So with respect to that dummy variable, this equation is written here. Now we'll consider this staircase approximation of this x of t. So can see here, so x of t is considered as the sequence of these staircase signals. So xt can be resolved or can be cut into number of delta signals. So you can observe here, basically if we consider the unit pulse delta t signal with the width delta and height 1 upon delta, then we can define a signal x hat t as a linear combination of delayed pulses of height x of k delta. So new signal x hat t can be written as summation k varies from minus infinity to plus infinity x of k delta into delta of t minus k delta into delta. Now we already considered that this delta is tending to 0. So if this delta is tending to 0, then this summation can be written as k delta will tend to tau. Now tau is a small dummy variable we considered. So instead of k delta, we will put here one dummy variable as tau, or x of k delta will become x of tau, and delta will become d tau, because delta means change, and change is represented with respect to tau as d tau. Similarly, delta of t minus k delta can be written as delta of t minus tau. So by considering all these equations and these remarks, we can rewrite the x of t. So x of tau into delta of t minus tau can be written as, so delta t, it is equal to delta of minus t. So delta means it is a unit impulse signal. So considering that, we can write x of tau into delta of minus of tau minus t, it is equal to x tau into delta of tau minus t. So this all combination is equal to xt into delta of tau minus t. So in general, we can write summation or integration from minus infinity to plus infinity x tau delta of t minus tau d tau, it is equal to integration from minus infinity to plus infinity xt delta tau minus t d tau, it is equal to xt integration from minus infinity to plus infinity delta of tau minus t d tau. All these combination represents the input x of t. Remember, all these combination, if you simplify these equations likewise, if you try to represent this likewise, then you will get the input x of t here. So considering this, we'll proceed for impulse response characterization and convolution for this CT system, CT convolution for this CT LTI system, which is called as convolution integral. So continuous time LTI system is completely characterized by its impulse response ht, and from the time invariance property h of t minus tau, it is delta of t minus tau. So we can write the output equation for this input xt as yt equal to integration from minus infinity to plus infinity x tau h of t minus tau d tau. So this is the equation of convolution integral. So the output yt is the convolution of input xt and impulse response ht. Please remember, output yt, it is the convolution of input xt and impulse response ht. So this can be written as integration from minus infinity to plus infinity x tau h of t minus tau d tau. This is the most important equation that we are going to follow as far as CT LTI systems are considered. So this is the LTI system to which we applied the input signal and we are getting the output signal. Now here input is the delta t and output is the h of t, means impulse response ht of an LTI system is defined to be the response of the system to an unit impulse function delta t. So if I apply input as a delta t, I'm going to get the output as h of t, and that h of t is the impulse response of that system. And we already know that this LTI system is following the principle of time invariance. Therefore, delta t can be written as h of t. Delta t minus 1 can be written as h of t minus 1. Similarly, for any value, we can write delta of t plus minus t naught. It can be written as h of t plus minus t naught. Now, this LTI system follows the principle of linearity also. Therefore, considering this, we can write xt1 into delta t minus t1 plus xt2 into delta t minus t2. So corresponding output for this linear combination of input, it will be xt1 into h of t minus t1 plus xt2 into h of t minus t2, where xt1 and xt2 are the separate amplitudes at time t1 and at time t2 respectively. So in general, for any arbitrary signal x of t, it can be represented in terms of convolution equation, that is x of t, it is equal to integration from minus infinity to plus infinity x tau delta t minus tau d tau. So this is the convolution integration equation as far as CT LTI system is considered. But here we can replace this delta t minus tau as h of t minus tau. So we can observe here. So replacing this delta t minus tau as h of t minus tau, we can write output for input x of t as y of t equal to integration from minus infinity to plus infinity x tau h of t minus tau d tau. So the equation is referred as the convolution integration, or it represents simply CT LTI system. So CT LTI system in terms of impulse response can be represented as y of t equal to xt convolved with ht equal to integration from minus infinity to plus infinity x tau h of t minus tau d tau. So in this way, CT LTI system can be completely characterized using impulse response. This convolution equation is having some properties. So the first property of this convolution is commutative property. So we can observe here x of t convolved with h of t, it is equal to h of t convolved with x of t. So you can write any signal first, not a problem. Similarly, convolution follows the principle of associative. So we can observe here, if input x of t, if it is convolved with the first impulse response, so we are going to get one output there, and if that is applied to the again second impulse response, then we are going to get some defined output. Now this defined output is equal if we multiply these two different impulse responses, and if we get the output considering the same input, then we will get same output as we got previously. So this is associative in nature. Convolution, it follows the principle of distributive, means you can separately apply two different impulse responses and you can combine these two impulse responses and get the output. So in this case, what the outputs you are getting, these both outputs are same. Convolution integral equation by considering the commutative property of convolution. So we know that y of t, it is equal to xt convolved with ht. So it can be written as integration from minus infinity to plus infinity x tau h of t minus tau d tau. Now by applying the commutative property, we can write yt, it is equal to ht convolved with xt. So it can be written as integration from minus infinity to plus infinity h tau x of t minus tau d tau. Now both these outputs are same. So we can do the time shifting operation either in the impulse response or time shifting operation in the input x of t itself. Now we'll see the properties of CT LTI system. So this CT LTI system follows the following properties. First, system with or without memory. So there is a finite condition for that we are going to see later. Then this system is causality for defined condition. It is also follow the principle of stability, and this system is invertible and inverse. So first we'll consider system with or without memory, that is dynamic system or static system. Now we know that for CT LTI system whose present output is dependent only on present input value is referred as static, or it is without memory system. For CT LTI system whose present output depends on present input as well as input at other times, it is referred as the dynamic system or system with having memory. So it can be written as y of t equal to x of t convolved with h of t, that is integration from minus infinity to plus infinity x tau h of t minus tau d tau. Now this system is memoryless system if h tau it is equal to 0 for tau not equal to 0. Similarly, if this condition is not satisfied, then this system is said to be system with memory system, that is dynamic system. So h tau not equal to 0 for tau not equal to 0, in that case this system is dynamic system, means system with memory system. Now we'll see second property, that is causality. So a system is said to be causal if its present output depends on only present and maybe on the past values of the input. If present output also depends on the future values of the inputs, then such a system is referred as non-causal system. So for CT LTI system, if it is causal, then h of t must be equal to 0 for t less than equal to 0. So in this case, what the convolution integral equation we have seen, that equation, for that equation limits will get changed. So these changed limits are here. So y of t it is equal to integration from minus infinity to t x of tau h of t minus tau d tau, or we can write yt equal to integration from 0 to t h tau x of t minus tau d tau. So in this way the causality can be defined. Now we are going to consider stability of a LTI system. So LTI system is said to be stable if for a bounded input, if we are getting bounded output signal, then this system is stable system. So for CT LTI system, if it is to be stable, its impulse response ht, it should satisfy this condition, and that condition is that integration from minus infinity to plus infinity of mod of impulse response, it should be less than infinite. That is, impulse response is finite and this impulse response must be finite integrable or absolutely integrable. Then and then we can say that the given LTI system is stable. Now we'll see the invertibility and inverse system as far as LTI systems are considered. So the LTI system is said to be invertible if there is one-to-one mapping between input and output. So for a given system, if inverse system exists, which when cascaded to original system, that produces the output equal to the original input, then the system is said to be invertible system, and the constructed system is referred as inverse system. So by looking at this equation, we can see this invertibility and inverse here. So ht convolved with h1t, it is equal to delta t. So if it is satisfied, then Ht is the invertible system having H1T as its inverse system. So in this way, invertibility and inverse systems are considered as far as LTI systems are considered. Now we have seen until now the main equation here, that is convolution equation, that more correctly for CT signal it is said as convolution integral. So y of t, it is equal to xt convolved with ht, that is integration from minus infinity to plus infinity x tau h of t minus tau d tau. Now suppose one CT convolution you are performing, then what are the steps involved for doing this CT convolution? So these steps are: the first, you sketch the given signal, that is xt and ht. First sketch that given signal, then represent these signals as x tau and h tau. So this tau is a dummy variable, so instead of t you put their dummy variable as tau. Then next obtain the reverse signal h of minus tau, and what the h of tau is given, what you sketch, for that you obtain the reverse signal, that is h of minus tau. Then our next step is to get h of t minus tau. So it can be obtained by shifting h of minus tau by t units. Now the last step here, it is the to find the output y of t for different regions of overlap between x tau and h of t minus tau. So we can simply observe the, for different time regions, to simply observe the overlapping between x tau and h of t minus tau. If overlapping is there, then you write that multiplied output. If overlapping is not there, you directly write output as 0 there. So in this way CT convolution can be done. So we'll see some of the problems based on this convolution integral or CT LTI system. So first problem is, let x of t be the input to an LTI system with unit impulse response h of t, where xt is defined as xt equal to e raised to minus at into u of t for a greater than 0, and impulse response ht equal to u of t, that is unit step signal. So you can observe these signals here. So first plot these x t and h t and replace that t by tau, that is dummy variable tau. So if you observe this xt equation, so it can be plotted here as e raised to minus at into u of t. So this is the x of t signal. Similarly, h of t is the unit step signal, therefore this is the h of tau. So these two signals are plotted and that t is replaced by tau now. Clear? Now the next step is to get the h of t minus tau. So this is my h of tau. You get the replica of this h of tau. So that will be at negative side, means h of tau will be something like this. Now for this h of minus tau, you get the time shift operation as h of tau plus t. So it is going to shift towards the left side. So we'll get this h of t minus tau as this signal which is shown here. Now the next step, we will consider t greater than 0. So we have to consider the different regions of t. So as far as t less than 0 is there, then this h of t minus tau can be plotted like this. Now for t greater than 0, h of t minus tau can be drawn like this. Means some part of this h of t minus tau is going towards the positive side. So this new h of t minus tau can be plotted for t greater than 0. Now you consider this shifted signal, that is h of t minus tau for t greater than 0 and t less than 0. So from this, in the next step, we'll do the product of the x of tau and h of t minus tau. So for t less than 0, this product results in 0. So y of t, it is 0. And for t greater than 0, so x tau into h of t minus tau, this product is e raised to minus at. We can observe here, this is the e raised to minus at and this is the h of t minus tau for t greater than 0. So overlapping region is what? Region greater than 0. We can observe from 0 to t. So this region is the overlapping region. So this signal, unit step signal, is multiplied by e raised to minus at. So that signal is going to come here. Clear? So x tau into h of t minus tau, it is e raised to minus at for t greater than 0. Otherwise, it is going to remain 0. Now, we'll write the convolution integral equation. So that equation is y of t, it is equal to integration from minus infinity to plus infinity x tau into h of t minus tau. Now by putting the limits, so this product exists in between 0 to t. So by putting the limits, integral limits here as 0 to t, e raised to minus at d tau. Now simplify this integration. So after simplification, we'll get this answer as 1 minus e raised to minus a into t, entire is divided by a. So my final output yt, it is 1 minus e raised to minus at upon a. Now this final output y of t can be plotted. So it is plotted here, you can observe. So this is our final output y of t. Means if you convolve these two signals, x tau and h tau, or input and impulse response, then we are going to get the output which is something like this. Clear? So in this way the problems can be solved. Now we'll see the second problem. This problem is a bit difficult. We'll try to solve this. So it is asked to obtain the convolution of two CT functions given below, and it is also asked to catch the final output. So y of t, it is equal to 4 for the region 0 to 2, otherwise it is 0. And the second signal is xt. So xt is 2 for the region minus 2 to plus 2, otherwise it is 0. So this is the question of doing convolution, obtaining convolution. So we'll write equation of convolution as xt convolved with yt, and we'll denote that output as z of t, zt. Clear? Now by observing the equation of convolution, we can simply write here integration minus infinity to plus infinity x tau into y of t minus tau d tau. Clear? Now we'll consider the different regions and we'll plot these signals stepwise. So by replacing the independent variable t by dummy variable tau in this equation of yt and xt, so it will become y of tau and x of tau, and these signals are sketched here. So this is the y of tau. So for y of tau, in between 0 to 2, the output is 4, and for x of tau, in between -2 to +2, the output is 2. So we can observe here, this is the rectangular signal, this is also rectangular signal y of tau. So in this way these two signals are sketched here. Now in this step 2, we will write the equations and try to draw y of tau and y of t minus tau for any arbitrary value t. So first we'll reverse y of tau. So this is the y of tau. So after reversing, we'll get y of minus tau like this. So this is true y of minus tau. In between 0 to -2, so it will have the value of 4, else everywhere it is 0. Similarly, we'll do the shifting operation here for this y of minus tau. We can observe here this y of y of minus tau is shifted by plus t, means we are going to shift at left side or negative side of this time axis. So it is plotted here. Now we can see here this extreme limit it is t minus 2, or it is -2 plus t, means t minus 2. It will start from any time value, that is t. So y of t minus tau, it is 4 in between t2 t minus 2, else everywhere it is 0. Now we'll perform the integrations to get the final output zt for different time regions. So first region we'll consider t less than -2. So for t less than -2, you combine y of t minus tau and x of tau. So here we will not find any overlapping between these two, means our output zt it is 0 here. Clear? So zt it is 0 for t less than -2. Now we'll consider the second case. T is in between 0 to -2. Clear? So my t value is in between -2 to t. So this is our region, overlapping region. So this is y of t minus tau, and this is x of tau. So you can observe this region from -2 to t. This is the overlapping region. So for this overlapping region, we'll get some finite possible value there. Clear? So we'll evaluate this integration now. So zt it is equal to integration from -infinity to infinity x tau y of t minus tau d tau. Now from the region -infinity to -2, you will not find any overlapping. So this output results in 0, plus from the region -2 to t. So x of tau is having the value 2, and y of t minus tau is having the value 4 here. So it is minus integration from -2 to t, 2 into 4 d tau, plus now consider the region t to infinity. So here from this region, from this time onwards, you will not find any overlapping between x tau and y of t minus tau. So this integration will also result in 0. Now if we evaluate this integration with respect to tau, considering limits -2 to t, so we'll get final answer as 8t plus 16 for t in between -2 to 0. Now we'll consider next case. So T is in between 0 to 2. So the region is this. This is the 0. This is the 2. So in between this, if my T is remaining, then what is the convolved output? So we'll consider output ZT as integration from minus infinity to infinity x tau y of t minus tau d tau. Now we can consider the regions here. So from minus infinity to t minus 2, there is no any overlapping between xt and y of t minus tau. So this integration answer is 0. And from t minus 2 up to the t value, you can observe this overlapping here. So this is the region, this is t minus 2 and t. So for this region, this is the y of t minus tau and this is the x of tau. So overlapping exists for this region. So x tau value is 2 and y of t minus tau value is 4. So this integration is possible. Now if you consider the region from t to the infinity, so you will not find any overlap between xt and y of t minus tau here. So this is 0. So if we evaluate this integration, so after evaluation and putting the limits, we'll get this answer as 16. So z of t, it is 16 for the region 0 to 2. Now we'll consider the region for t in between 2 to 4. We can consider this region. This is the 2 value and any random t, that here we consider as 4. So let this t is 4 now. Clear? So for this, we are going to calculate the, if any overlapping is possible, then we'll calculate it. Clear? So by considering this, zt can be written as integration from minus infinity to plus infinity x tau y of t minus tau d tau. So it can be written as integration from minus infinity to t minus 2 x tau. So for this region, y of t minus tau, it is 0, and for the region t minus 2 to the 2 value, so this integration is possible because we can find here overlapping. So this is the y of t minus tau and this is the x of tau. So overlapping is possible, therefore we'll put the value of x tau as 2 and y of t minus tau as 4. So this integration is possible, and the integration from plus 2 to the infinity, so there is, you will not find any overlapping, so this integration is not possible. So after evaluating this entire integration, we'll get this answer as minus 8t plus 32. So z of t here means in the region 2 to 4, it is existing as minus 8t plus 32. So you can observe the output zt for different regions. We can observe these regions here. So these outputs are possible for minus 2 to 0, 0 to 2 and 2 to 4. So there exists z of t. Otherwise it is 0. Now summing of all these outputs, will get final result of z of t, and which is plotted here. So for the region, you can observe here. So for the region t less than minus 2, output is 0. So for the region t less than minus 2, output is 0. Then for the region minus 2 to 0, so for the region minus 2 to 0, output is 8t plus 16. So it is the ramp signal like this. Similarly, for the region 0 to 2, so for the region 0 to 2, the output is going to remain constant, and that value is 16. So we will get a pulse of 16 here, continuous pulse. And from this 2 to 4, we can observe 2 to 4, it is minus 8t plus 32, means it is a decreasing ramp signal. So you will observe here, this is the minus 8t plus 32, which it is decreasing. So it will decrease up to 4, and if t value is greater than 4, for that output is 0. Therefore you will observe here this 0. So this is our combined resultant output, which is sketched here. Clear? So this is the final convolution result. So likewise, the problems will be asked depending on simply convolution or depending on the continuous time LTI system. So for time being, we'll stop here. Thank you.